With that, the next item then is a report on the middle school and the high school participation numbers in activities for the 2012-2013 school year, and Mr. Kern's here to update us on that.
Okay, just going to take a few minutes of your time tonight. To start off, I would like to, and hopefully you have this in front of you, the activities participation. Although we don't have totals for all of the activities combined, we're still waiting to get a few things back from some of the advisors, and it changes. The advisors change a lot more often than coaches do, so many times they're 1 or 2 year stints in that position. So sometimes there's a little bit of an issue getting those reports, those final rosters back. But a couple things I want to just point out, and specifically with activities where we have a little bit what might seem as some numbers issues where they've gone down that popped out at me. The art club / art honors, art club is what it's called at the middle school, and art honors at the high school, did drop from 84 participants last year to 56 this year. The chess club at the middle school dropped from 38 to 17. And there were a couple other ones. The science club at the middle school and high school overall dropped from 69 to 48. And solo ensemble, the instrumental, again, combined middle school and high school, dropped from 97 to 70. So some drops there that I don't think are a huge concern, but I just wanted to draw your attention to them. On the other hand, some pluses. The HOSA group at the high school jumped from 35 to 42. Not a huge jump, but continues to grow. The other one is jazz band at the middle school / high school. Two different groups that perform at least one concert during the year did jump from 38 to 50. So those are just some things that jumped out at me that I wanted to share with you. Make sure you're able to see those as well. Before I go on to athletics, any questions on the activities portion of that?
Guess not.
Okay. Athletically, overall, if you go to, it's about the 5th or 6th to the last column, our overall percentage continues to grow. It's at 79%. That's the highest we've ever had. However, if you look 2 more columns over, the comparison between boys and girls isn't exactly what we want it to be. And I'll go back in a little bit and just share some of the reasons for that. But we want that number to stay less than that very last number at the end, the percentage difference between boys and girls. We want that to stay 5 or less. And we were real close last year. The year before that, we were within that range. I guess actually were the 2 years before that we were. Why did it jump so much this year? Quite honestly, we had the most boys we've ever had participate. So we want that to happen. At the same time, we want growth in our girls' programs. And even though our girls' programs did go down a little bit, it wasn't significant. If you look at the total boys for the fall, it jumped from 222 to 252. That's a 30-plus addition. An addition of 30 additional students, boys involved in fall sports. At the same time, the girls' numbers went from 208 to 184, 24 less. In the winter, the boys jumped from 108 to 118, again, plus 10 there. The girls actually went up as well, 207 to 224. And then in the spring, the girls went up 1. And the boys at that same time, I went back. The boys in the winter were up 20. And the girls were up 10 for a total of 30 additional in the winter, both boys and girls combined. And in the spring, it was 224 boys this year compared to 207. That was a 17 participant increase for the spring boys. And the girls in the spring went up 1. So overall, our boys were up 67 participants, and our girls were up, or I'm sorry, we're down 13 participants, 491 to 478. So that big jump is the column that says total boys, fall, winter, and spring from 588 last year to 655 this year, additional 67 boys participating. So when you add that number of boys to the equation, the balance that you'd like to see, 50-50 balance in an ideal world, just isn't going to happen, especially when you see a little bit of a decrease with the girls as well. So overall, again, though, the total participants, it's in blue, which means it's the highest ever. 1,133 participants in our athletic programs. Again, if a student is involved in 3 sports, they're counted 3 times. And so, again, what I think is the most impressive about this is as those numbers continue to climb, our enrollment stays about the same or has actually dropped a little bit. So overall, those percentages, that's why that 79% is where it's at, and hopefully next year we can get to 80, but try to keep that, get that boy and girl relationship about 50-50 as much as possible. So, questions?
Well, overall then, Tom, you're pretty well pleased with the program.
Yeah, I am. Overall participation, I can say that it's good. Our numbers are up. Obviously, there are some things within the girls' programs that when we're traveling to Black River as a co-op part of a hockey team, we only have 3 or what did we finish with this year? Girls hockey. We only finished with 2 girls in the hockey program this year. So I think there's more of those girls on the way up. Where in 5 or 6 years, we may be looking at possibly, or maybe even 4 to 5 years, looking at possibly trying to create our own girls team here. That's going to take a significant jump to get to that point, but I think that can happen.
Well,
and I think in general,
this is the point I'm making. The participation is, either up, which is good. It gives these kids something to do. Right? If you look on the board here, all the activity that they have to do is tremendous.
We do provide a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, where they can get involved in. And nobody wants to say that there isn't things for them to do. If they want to do it, they'll do it.
We provide a lot of opportunities thanks to the board.
Here. Yeah, right. Great to see.
So when Title IX comes into the equation, is it more you have to address opportunities available? It's not actual participation, or can the actual participation actually become a concern?
That's one of 3, and you really need to only be able to pass one of the tests. And the one that we know we can pass is the additional program. You have to show a history of increasing opportunities for the underprivileged gender, in this case for the girls. We've added significantly more girls programs than we have in the boys. And then also surveying the student population, who know that we've surveyed the population and are providing the opportunities that they're looking for. So those are, the third one is obviously the number crunching and to try to stay within that 5%, plus or minus 50%, I should say. And as long as our boys programs continue to grow, that's going to be difficult to do, but we'll keep doing what we can to get those girls' numbers up as well. Mm-hmm. But it's not like you have to pass all 3 of those tests to be compliant.
I know you're into it. Big time.
Anything else?
Thank you.
All right, thanks for all the information.
Thank you.